Yeah, hi hello everyone. Welcome to the next session of our Node.js development. So, as part of our previous session, we have discussed about full stack development and front end development, and later we discussed about client side technologies, server side development technologies. We have discussed about typical three-tier architecture of a web application. We have discussed about those things. We have discussed exclusively about those things, right? And just a minute. Yeah. So I've shared my screen. I hope you are able to see my screen and you are able to hear my voice properly. Just give me the confirmation, one of you. Uh, like Manidip. Yeah, Vijay. Fine. Yeah. And we also seen the duties of server side program. What exactly server will do. We have discussed exclusively about all this. And coming to the Node.js, actually it's not a programming language. You know that, right? It's a simple runtime environment for some programming language to run. That for is like your JavaScript. As of now, whatever the JavaScript is running inside any browser, inside the browser it will be running. But there is a person like Randall, and this guy, what he did is he took that Chrome's V8 engine out of the browser, and he did something. He wrapped some other libraries around it, and he made it to be available for running inside the computer. So outside the browser, I'm just telling you inside the computer. To do that, Node is to be installed in your computer, and then later you need to start writing the JavaScript code here. So you can able to do that, and for the purpose of server side activities. These are the things which we'll do with the server side, and at the end of the you know, backend, we do creating the APIs, and we do even test the APIs as well. And meanwhile, in between somewhere we'll be learning the database and exclusively about the MongoDB and working with MongoDB. Once you are done with that, and we'll be connecting to the MongoDB with the help of Node program, and we do perform CRUD operations on that. It's through Node.js program. Right. So now for all these things to happen in your computer, the prerequisites, okay, total the prerequisites for Node.js to learn as a person. So the prerequisites are you should have the basic, the core concepts of JavaScript. You should be good with the core concepts of JavaScripts. JavaScript concepts. Should know like variables, data types, loops, conditions, arrays, right? So those concepts you should be good with. If you don't know DOM manipulation, if you don't know how to change the dynamic things through Java, if you don't know about those window objects, that is fine. That is not required also here. But the basic core concepts you should be good with. So that's it. That is more than enough for a person to start the Node.js development journey here. Some logical ability also because you are creating backend programs, but that cannot be considered as a prerequisite. Why? Because it's a process. Like you'll be getting, you'll be improving it. I can say it's not like getting. You'll be improving your logical thinking ability uh, through the programming only, right? Fine. And as a system, what you should have the prerequisite for your system. So before you start your Node.js journey is first important thing is Node.js software. That software to be available in your computer. First, you need to install that software. Next is to write the code and all. Generally, an editor is required, but you can use Notepad also for writing the code and executing. But uh, we don't do this in real time. We take the help of tool like ID. So mostly Node.js also we will do with the help of VSC, right? Visual Studio. So that's it. These are enough for person is just JavaScript based concepts enough, and For the system, it is Node to be already available in that computer. I already told yesterday how to install Node, and yeah, it is like editor, some editor should. The Notepad also fine in the starting days. Notepad also fine. Yeah. So that's it, guys. That is about the predict sets. Now, what we are going to do is running our first JavaScript program in the backend. So it's like writing and executing or running JavaScript program outside browser. I think this is the first time we are doing it. Yeah. So for that, first we need to have Node to be installed in our computer. Already Node is installed. We know that. Now, when you're talking about the JavaScript program to run in the computer, which is outside in the computer, that too outside the browser, if you want to do that, generally we can do it in two ways. This concept we can do in two ways. That is, one is with the usage of REPL terminal. There is a terminal called REPL terminal. I'll open that. Yeah. So REPL terminal. Here you can write the JavaScript code directly. The other thing is creating separate JS files. You know, right? You can normally create JavaScript code in the JS file. This you can do in front end as well, right? So take one file and write pure JavaScript code, and you can save it with the .js, and you can add it to the web page through script tag. But most of the times you are tend to write your own JavaScript code directly in the HTML page. But in real time, people don't write much JavaScript code in the HTML page. What do they write? They write external JS file. Okay, you leave about the front end. So here, what we can do is that we can create separate .js files and uh, run them. So in this way, we can able to execute complete JavaScript code. If you want to execute outside the browser, there are only two ways. They are using REPL terminal, and the other one is creating the separate JS files and run them. Running them. So how to do that? First, we'll be doing with the REPL terminal. So to create, to work with the REPL terminal, we have to open command prompt. You know command prompt, basic command prompt. You have to open. You know, which you already know, right? So in that default, it will show C users your username. Here it is showing something Harsha, but in your computer it will show Dell, HP, or your name, depending on that. When you install your OS and all, at that time you might have given some username to your computer, right? That username will be there. Okay, default will show like this. Here, Node is installed or not. How to check Node-v? It will tell you that Node is installed. When Node is installed, along with the Node, there is something called npm also will be installed. You no need to install npm. Npm always come along with the Node. Fine. But to cross-check Node is installed or not in your computer, we use Node-v and npm-v, two commands, so that we can able to get it. Clear? And yeah, that's it. This is what Node is installed at. Okay, already we know Node is installed. Now this time what we are going to do, we want to execute some JavaScript program, some variable I want to declare, and I want to display that variable, whatever it is. So for that, we are going to doing the first process like using the REPL terminal. If you want to use the REPL terminal, open the command prompt window, and there open the command prompt window, and there you have to type something like node, and then you have to hit enter. Then what is happening, you're able to see like it is giving you a confirmation message, like welcoming message, like welcome to Node.js version, and type help for more info. Okay, you leave it. But if you look at this, normally command prompt will be like this here. Something like greater than symbol is there. No, it looks like this, and there you can type any command, or you can write cd and all generally. But the moment when I type node, now see that everything, see that everything on. Now it went into that node mode command prompt. See here in the top also you are able to see something like command prompt hyphen node. Here you can write whatever the JavaScript code you want, or which you can able to write here. Let's say example, here I am writing something like var a equal to 20. Now here I am writing var b equal to 40. Okay, you leave about undefined and all that default it will come. That is not like printing. Just like you are not executing any function, right? Sometimes if you execute any function, if that function return any value, that value will be displayed over there. If you are not dealing with functions and all, usually it will show something like that. You leave about it, okay? Don't worry about it. And just a minute. So, what we did here, declaration of variables. See, guys, whatever the JavaScript basic concepts are there, same. Nothing is changed because it's a programming language. That we write here is different. There we write in HTML file or separate file. We attach it to the HTML. That story different. But here we don't have that concept of HTML. Now I just declared the variables. Now what I want to do is I want to perform certain operations on this. Now uh, I'm writing console.log. There is a method called console.log. You already know this method, right? If you write console.log for purpose of what? For displaying and checking, displaying the data for the purpose of checking and debugging. We use generally this, and the data where it will be displayed, the placement. The data will be displayed on the console window of the browser. There it will be displayed, right? So now if you type this here, this command prompt window itself is like uh, console window. That's it. You no need to have a special console window. Hit enter. Then we can able to see that. I hope you guys are able to see this, right? Yeah. Now, you can write anything. Not only this, you can type whatever you know generally. The console window you can display any message, right? I'm writing something like hi all, or welcome to Node, something like that. I have written. Now hit enter. Yes, we are getting like hi all, welcome to Node. So in this way, you can able to write all the JavaScript code. I have written only two three things, but you can write anything, whatever JavaScript you learned so far. But the things which are related to browser will not work here, like alert, right? Window dot alert and window dot confirm, window dot prompt. Dialog boxes are there, no? You remember pop-up boxes, dialog boxes. Those things will not be working here. Window object will not be working here because window object is something which will work only on browser. So that's why other than those things, whatever the other JavaScript related aspects which you can able to write here. See, I have written this now. What I am writing, observe if condition I am writing now. I already declared variables var a20, var b40. Right now, here I am just writing one if condition here. I am printing something like yes. Now here I am writing something else, and here I am writing console.log. No. So as per the logic, what should be printed here? Uh, should give a greater than b. What is the value? A value actually 20, right? So it is wrong means it should print something present in the else part. Yes, you're able to select no is printed. Now I want to change the values. How to change the values? We already declared it, right? Later, simply using the variable, you can change the value. Now here I am changing the value. Writing a 66. That's it. Only a I changed. Now execute this. If what you are getting, yes, this time it is printing. Yes, so that is what we can able to get it. So in this way, you can able to practice all the things whatever JavaScript you can able to do. The advantage of this REPL terminal is here. If you look at this, the code you have to write in a difficult way actually. Why? Because it's not like user friendly. It's not editor, right? If you hit enter, then immediately it will go to new line. It will not give you that better feeling. But there are certain advantages with this. That is, I want to display a plus b. How to display? Console.log a plus b. Now The result is what? Earlier 20, but now a value is 66. You changed it, modified. B value 40. 66 plus of 40, 106. To do this, what I did, console.log, right? But this time, observe what I did. A plus. So that is what the advantage of a REPL terminal here. You no need to put that console.log as a exclusive function in order to print something, some data over there. Clear? Yeah. Like this, you can do anything. Like for loop also you can execute. The only problem is the style here. If you write anything, then immediately you have to continue the same in the new line and all. So it might be a little bit difficult to follow the syntax because see, just here I will show now. What- Like this, if you do here, see what it is showing, dot dot dot, three dots it is showing. You know why? Because that it's not completed. Only I have written if. You can write right without else. You can write if, no problem. Now because a value is more. Now I will reduce a value. I'm writing how much now a value? Only 10. Now exclude this condition. Again you have to write this. That is the problem. Yes, because if it is greater than, then only S will be printed. If not, nothing will be printed because it's not if else. Fine. So in this way you can able to work with the REPL terminal. So here the story is, if you wanted to write and execute JavaScript program outside the browser, one way is using REPL terminal. How to open REPL terminal? Just to go to the command prompt. So after the command prompt, there you will be having some address. There simply type node and then hit enter. That's it. If you do that, then what happens is directly you know node REPL terminal will be opened over there, right? So there you can write normal JavaScript stuff, and but again I'm telling you, window.alert, those things you should not write over there. Why? Because and even document related things also you cannot write them because they work on browser level, DOM level, browser level. There's no such concepts in backend, right? Yeah. Next is what? Creating a separate JS file. Because see, if I have to write small things, okay, fine. Here I can write. Now I have to write 20 lines of JavaScript code. It's a very hectic task for me to write in the REPL terminal, right? So for that, we'll use normal editor, and there will be writing a code, and we'll be saving the file. So for to come out of this, we have to type something like exit. Okay, not dot exit. We have to type dot exit, then hit enter. Now see, you're now into normal. Select normal command prompt. The next thing is uh, just a minute. So is the folder full stack in that backend. Okay, nothing is there. Backend HTML, just an example I have written, but now we are going to create a folder. It's like Node.js. Yeah. So in this folder, I want to create one file now. So what file? You just to write anything, something. Uh, I'm writing hello. That's it. Now save this file. You can actually save this file anywhere, but I want to save in the exact location of ours. Full stack to backend Node.js. Here I want to save. What is the name? You give any name for your file, but .js should be extension .js. And now save the file, save it, and go to the location and cross check this one. Okay, in this computer it is connected to OneDrive. I have to reload or revisit. You will be getting first able to see this symbol JS, and it's a JavaScript source document or something JavaScript source file. Fine. Now I want to exclude this output. To get that, go to this location. Okay. Now and here you can type. We are not in that location. Important thing. Where we are in now? Users Harsha. But what is that location? My file location. Users Harsha, OneDrive, desktop, full stack, backend, Node.js. That location I have to go there, and there I have to uh, type one command. That command is node space your file name. What is the file name? First.js. But it will tell cannot find the module because it will try to search in this area. That's why module not found, it is telling error. First I have to go to that location. How to go to that location, you already know it, right? What is the order? First already we are in the Harsh. Next to OneDrive, desktop, full stack, backend. So cd OneDrive, next to cd desktop, next cd full stack, next cd backend, next cd node. Yeah, this is the location, right? In that location the file is there. So now what is that? Node space first.js, hit enter. Now see what's happening. No undefined nothing, directly you're getting whatever you have written in that particular file. In this way we can able to execute JavaScript code outside the browser in two ways: using REPL terminal. The other one is direct using .js files. You can write any code there, guys. You can write any number of lines. You whatever the JavaScript you know. Can we start A with one? Absolutely, we can start. Don't think A, like only zero. I told you already, right? Only when you're dealing with arrays, array index starts because zero. If you use loop for only array purpose, we write that. Print console.log. I want to print numbers from 1 to 10. Save. Go there. That file only, no? Yes. Yes, by default, numbers and keywords it will display with that orange color. Normal strings it will display with white color. So that's it. In this way you can able to write any code here. Not only this, you can write any JavaScript code. You can write it and you can able to execute it. So I hope you people have got the enough idea now, how to execute JavaScript related code out of the browser. There are two ways, right? So what are those two ways? One is using REPL terminal, the other one is using separate JS file and running them with one command. What is that command? Node space, but that location we need to go there, that file location. Where is the file? We have to go to that file folder location, and there type node space, we have to write the file name .js. In this way we can able to run JavaScript code outside of your browser completely. Again, I am reiterating you guys that when you are doing this, don't do with the alert and all window related objects. No, window object related properties don't access. Window.alert, window.confirm, window.prompt, don't do them. And try not to do DOM manipulation also. Means those related JavaScript stuff don't do here. Other than that, all other activities, you people can able to do here. I hope you guys have got the proper idea how to access JavaScript code outside your browser. Just give me the confirmation quickly, all of you. You understood that how to execute JavaScript code out of the browser in two ways. If not, mention like yeah, if you have any doubt, mention. Else, if you understood how to execute, just give me the confirmation that you understood quickly. All of you. Yeah. Vinay, is it your first class?
Yes, yes, it's my first class.
Okay. Have you gone to the yesterday's session?
Yes, yes, I have gone through the yesterday session. Yeah.
So, how about your JavaScript? You have already knowledge in JavaScript?
No, I don't have knowledge in JavaScript.
Completely, you don't have.
No, completely I don't have. Yeah.
Okay. You are from which background?
Otherwise, I'm from
Okay.
IT background only. Yeah,
Okay. IT only. Okay. Not into development.
yeah, not into development.
Okay. Okay. So, you do one thing like just a basic JavaScript related stuff like variables, how to declare, how to display data, what is condition, what is loop. Just to try
Yeah,
to
that
have
I
that.
have knowledge. Yeah, like
Uh,
JavaScript, I don't have depth knowledge. Like basics, I know.
that basics you know through Java other language.
Yes, yes, yeah,
Yeah, okay. Then it won't be a problem. Just little bit
yeah.
of syntax difference will be there here. But if
Hmm.
you know the basic concept, that's enough. So, uh, yeah, so that's it, guys. What I want you to do is try to implement whatever the JavaScript related stuff you know, that try to implement in this one, REPL terminal, and also try to do it with a separate JS file. You try to execute, and you first get yourself, what I say, like habituated using JavaScript in computer, that is out of the browser, because so far the front end people I'm talking, so far you did so many things with respect to JavaScript but inside a web page. So to come out of it, you must and should spend some time on this to have some proper awareness how to use JavaScript outside the browser. So I recommend you to write some code. That code can be anything. You declare array, you display all array elements, clear, and you perform some operations on the variables, take two variables and perform the operations on them, all four operations, create a function, write some data inside the function, and then call the function. You try to do all these activities. Today's work is, arrays, basic arrays, declare array and display array elements. Next is create functions and execute functions, means call the functions. Next is use loop and print some data with the help of loops and some conditions. Let's write some conditions, and it can be anything. No need to write complex things, just small things, but write them and execute them outside the browser so that your hands will free from getting directly into the browser. So that is very important because you got habituated to use only front end side. You must and should do this. So today you just work on that. So in the next session, we are going to see extensively about how to use all these things and how Node is how JavaScript inside the Node is little bit different from in the browser. We'll talk extensively about those extra aspects what we have in a back end side other than the front end side. Those things I will be talking in the next session, guys. So bye, guys. Take care.